Welcome to this week's edition of NC Transportation Now. I'm Crystal Feldman. Summer has officially arrived. For many of us, that means hanging out with family and friends and celebrating the 4th of July. But when the celebration includes alcohol, it could quickly turn from festive to fatal if you choose to drink and drive. Starting today, law enforcement agencies across North Carolina are stepping up efforts to get drunk drivers off the roads as part of Booze It and Lose It Operation Firecracker. In 2015, there are 418 alcohol-related deaths in North Carolina, and there have been 135 to date this year. During Operation Firecracker, law enforcement officers will be setting up sobriety checkpoints in all North Carolina counties. The campaign also serves to remind drivers that they have options, and drinking and driving is not one of them. There are more ways than ever to get home safely. App your ride, ride the bus, call a buddy, or take a cab. Visit besmarterthanthat.com for ways to get home safely in your community. The campaign runs until July 5th. Another effort to protect everyone on our roadways, the Watch For Me NC Bicycle and Pedestrian Safety Campaign, gets underway across the state next week. The campaign focuses on reminding drivers to keep an eye out for people in crosswalks and cyclists on the road. North Carolina law requires that motorists yield to pedestrians and cyclists in a crosswalk. Communities across the state will be passing out a variety of promotional materials with that message, as well as other important bicycle and pedestrian safety tips. The Department of Transportation is also promoting the campaign with radio ads, stencils, and gas pump toppers, reinforcing the campaign's main messages of make room for bikes and yield to people in crosswalks. The campaign will last through September 16th. If your summer plans include a trip to Ocracoke, remember the early bird gets the worm, or, in this case, the ferry. The island's popularity sometimes brings long lines at the ferry terminal, especially on the Hatteras side of the route. While the ferry system runs as many boats as possible on this route all summer, during peak travel times, you may have to wait up to 3 hours before boarding a ferry to Ocracoke. The good news is you can largely avoid those waits by arriving early. The shortest waits are before 10 a.m., and the longest waits are usually in the early afternoon hours. For the return trip, the Ocracoke side is usually wait-free until 2 p.m., and the peak travel time from Ocracoke is between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. Lines are usually minimal after 9 p.m. For ferry travel tips, visit the website on your screen. That's all for this week's edition of NC Transportation Now. As always, stay connected with us through Facebook and Twitter. That's at NCDOT. And from everyone here at the North Carolina Department of Transportation, safe travels.